I just wanted to get an update on what the lineup is looking like today. We just got an update that Sab is doubtful, but JJ is probable. Do you think that's how it goes?
Yeah, most definitely. Sub's close, but we have another 4 days after this, so it's probably smart to not play her tonight. And as much as we'd want her to be out in the court, but JJ's looking pretty good.
Thank you. And Courtney, there aren't a lot of opportunities in a 40-game season to have 4 or 5 days off at home. So you got a couple of days off, you got a couple of days of practice. Just how helpful is that to have this short respite to adjust and to just kind of check in as a team as we're at about the 25% mark?
Yeah, it's crucial because, when season gets going and we're playing every other day, it's hard to really work on things. And, in this, I don't know, 10 game stretch, we've kind of found some weaknesses, things that we need to work on. And so the opportunity to practice and work on it and, get better, improve so that sometimes watching film isn't enough. You got to get out there and find out what works and what doesn't. And it's really nice to be able to do that at practice rather than a game.
Sorry, just one more for Stef. Stef, rebounding has been an emphasis, I know, at practice this week. Going back and watching the film, but also being out there, how much of that were you seeing as technical things, whether it's boxing out or overhelping versus just effort and not getting to the spots?
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of both. I think sometimes as players also you just assume that you're going to make a shot or your teammate's going to make a shot, so you don't necessarily think get back or go in and crash. So I think for us it was just working on the details like Sloot said in practice. And then obviously it's effort too. If you just sit there and not get back, but you also don't rebound, you put yourself in a bad position. So for us, it was just really recognizing what we have to do better. And a lot of girls, Niara especially, did an amazing job in practice of rebounding and crashing. And I think it's something that we all have to focus on in all the games going forward.
Hey, Kim, on the CBS broadcast today. Courtney, I know we talked to Coach here a couple weeks ago, and you were just kind of getting back into your rhythm after missing most of training camp. Just wondering what the last few weeks have been like for you in terms of getting acclimated in this new system and how you've been able to settle in a little bit.
Yeah, I think as you could imagine, it's like a little bit of a roller coaster. Good days, bad days. Obviously, that's pro sports. But I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. I felt like we're really getting into a groove. And then Sabrina goes out and it kind of throws a wrench in things, and that happens. We have to be able to adjust, and we have enough that we can hold it down for a few games without her. But we have to be better. I think specifically me and Stewie, the last game, we need to be better when Sabrina's not there to kind of carry us.
Thank you. Good morning. Coach, my first question is for you. Not sure whether she'll play today, but today obviously marks your matchup with Brittney Griner. So this question actually could be for all of you. So how great is it to see her come back and not just be her usual dominant self, but perhaps even better than ever after all she's gone through over the past year?
Yeah, makes my heart very happy. She's a special human being and a wonderful basketball player, and it's great that she's back doing what she does really well and really playing at a high level. And it's great that people get to come and celebrate it too. I know that we're going to have a really big crowd here. I'm not sure if she's playing or not, but just having her in the stands and having her back with us, that means a lot.
And Courtney, Steph, what was it like to see a peer like Brittney on the floor back to her usual self, perhaps even better?
I know. For me, it's just nice to see her smiling, just happy. You can tell there's and BG, that's always been BG, but to see her, just that energy and that light that she always has been, and to be able to be that again, she's dominating and that's incredible. But for her to look happy and be happy, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, they've said it all. Just really excited to see her and for the fans to come and support her. And it's just going to be a special moment for sure.
Final one for me, Coach. What have the past few days been like in practice for Jocelyn Willoughby as she tries to etch herself perhaps a more permanent spot in this rotation, and how has she responded to extended responsibilities with Sabrina down?
Yeah, look, Joss has practiced really well. I mean, ultimate professional. Obviously not getting many opportunities, but came to work every single day. And that's how you earn your minutes, and obviously we're a player down, and I know I trusted to put her in. I think she's shown some really good moments this week, and and she has to always just keep staying ready regardless of who's in, who's out.
Hey, good morning. Quick question for you, Coach. Coming into the game, the Mercury, one of the top assist teams in the league, how do you intend to disrupt their offensive rhythm coming into this one?
I think the Liberty are the number one in the league, though.
This is true. This is true. Got that on them.
They have to stop us too. But look, obviously Diana Truss is one of the best at it. She goes like, salute. They see things happening before they actually happen. And so you just have to make it, this makes the team defenses there and being active with our hands where we can. And there's a lot of communication. But yeah, keeping them out of transition. Things that we didn't do so well in the last game, we've got to be better. And we know we're a very capable defensive team when we're locked in, and rebounding is a part of it as well too. So we just got to know your personnel tonight.
And one more on Jonquel Jones, just about, looking at the numbers. She has the lowest amount of field goal attempts since her rookie season. Is that more of a function of the offense, or is that just maybe a lack of aggressiveness on her part? What do you think?
Well, I think she's getting less minutes than what she has in the past here, and that's more about just continuing to build her up. Her conditioning, it does, and I've said this before, it just takes longer for a post player. She's not like Sloot, can zing and zang and find a way, but we still have to find her in better positions as well too. So it goes a bit of both, and I like that we had some days off that she was sick, so really didn't get to practice too much, but hopefully next week it's just continuing to build. Like, we have a lot of games coming up, and that's great. So we have to kind of find the flow where we have a great inside-outside attack.
Thank you.
Sandy, obviously, it's been Vanessa's second year with Phoenix, and so it's another year removed from you being there. But going into a matchup like this, how much do you kind of lean on your own experience with Diana, with BG, with Sophie, with some of the rest of the players on the roster, and the kind of little things you picked up through your tenure? How much do you lean on that in terms of your preparation for tonight?
Yeah, look, obviously the players, half of the players are still there, but that's still a lot of new players that have come in and are doing well for them. Michaela's obviously there as well. That's another player that we know. But everyone knows everyone's plays. It's about going out there and executing the game plan and making sure that we're locked in. And even if BG's in or out or Diana's in and out, we don't know yet, but we just have to be prepared. And of course it helps. A lot of the plays are similar. So then you got some new actions, but it's all about the personnel.
Good morning, all. Sandy, for you first, I want to go back to BG just for a moment. I just want to understand what her being back and being here means to you.
Jackie always does this to me. It means, like, I got to spend dinner with her last night. So, it was very, very happy. And she's a special human being. And I've coached her for 8 years. That's a long time. So, but for me, it was just great to hug her, and just seemed like we just saw each other last week, and that's how special she is. So it was wonderful.
So the first hug, it lived up to your expectations.
Yeah. It was good. Just that moment, like I'd been waiting for such a long time. So it's just good to spend a few hours with her last night. It was special.
Wonderful. Now, Stef, I'm curious. So Marine most likely will be probably starting again today, and you're someone who has both come off the bench and you've started. And I'm just curious, what is the difference in preparation between those two, and how difficult can it be to, I guess, alter either your mindset or your routine when it comes to that?
I don't think it's much different. I think either way, you're preparing for the game. Whether you're coming off the bench or you're starting, you have to be ready the moment you go in. I think the only difference is obviously bench. You get to kind of see it before it goes, and when you're in the starting lineup, you just go with it. You got to figure it out as you go. So I think mentally though, you just have to be ready for anything. Either way, because even if you're on the bench, it could be a minute or 2 minutes, someone gets in foul trouble, you got to come in. So I think it's the same preparation, and I think Marine knows the same thing with players in and out. Anything could happen.
And Courtney, finally for you, you've played now with Marine for, I guess, a few weeks. What is, I guess, something that you've learned about her that you maybe didn't expect coming in?
Honestly, I don't really have anything. I've played against her in Europe. I played against her in the WNBA for quite a while. I knew her game really well. I didn't know how quiet she was, I guess.
Told you. Until she's
so
around
that
Steph.
so that might how much she relies on Steph to be the translator. That was something, but I get it too. She's in a foreign country and she's not comfortable speaking the language. I've done that a lot and I'm the same way over there. So, but when she gets on the floor, it's just basketball. And I mean, everyone that's around sees it. She speaks that language and she's incredible. I love playing with her energy, her pace, her shot making ability, her passing ability. She helps us big time. And I just really enjoy her game.
Sandy, I got two for you. What was for dinner last night?
Well, we went to the grill, so it was pretty nice food.
The other ones, I mean, you've probably watched film of BG this year. She's obviously playing really, really well, and you've seen her play really well when you coached her. Is there anything different? I mean, look, she's having fun out there. Like, can you notice anything that's going, hey, this is the BG I saw 6 years ago, or she's playing better than I ever saw her play?
Yeah, I think as you get older, your game matures, doesn't it? You kind of handle it's the mental part too. She has all the skills. Maybe not when we first brought her in. She worked really hard to work that footwork. That didn't come from overnight. This came from making sure that we had her in the gym every single day working on it with Olaf back in the day and just expanding her game. And I think now it's joy. Mm-hmm. This is where she came from, where she's back now. It's like sometimes we sweat having a bad game. She was in prison. So, and I always try and put that in perspective. Like, like I have kids, so it's nice to go back and have balance. But, sometimes as a player, I didn't have balance, like end of the world when you had a bad game, But now it's more like, shit, it's one game. She had to live in prison for such a long time. So I think she has that joy. Just go out there and play because she's obviously very talented.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.